So I picked this story because I thought it was interesting. This is a story about this guy, Jeff Younger, and his wife. They had a son. They had twins, and the mother was trying to force a 3-year-old into being a girl and was trying to like actually transition this little boy into a little girl at 3 years old. But you don't know me enough to listen to me chat, so let's get into it.
And she forced me out of my house, filed for divorce, and then began to really in earnest try to transition my son. She began to present him to the world as a girl. She changed his name without my consent, with no legal basis to do that. My son eventually, at 3 years old, we're still heading towards divorce, tells me that mommy says I'm a girl. So I took the first iPhone video I'd ever taken.
Well, you're a boy, right?
No, I'm a girl.
Who told you you were a girl?
Mommy,
When did she tell you you were a girl?
'cause I love girls.
Oh, I see. So mommy told you you were a girl?
Uh-huh.
See, this is crazy and it's interesting. Like, he's saying he loved girls, but because of his mother influence, he thinking because he loved girls that means he wants to be a girl, and I don't think that's what he thinks.
Does mommy do anything else like with a girl with you?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Actresses.
What does she do?
She do something on me.
She puts dresses on you? Oh wow.
Makes this kid wear his dresses.
And what else
at
does
3.
she do?
She buys my headbands
Uh-huh.
and she get me hair clips,
Oh, hair clips? Okay. What else?
some microphones,
What else?
like a skeleton.
Does she do anything with your fingers?
Yeah.
What?
She paints my nail.
This kid is 3 years old. No one's gonna tell me, oh, you're born gay. Bullshit. Pedophiles ain't born pedophiles. We gotta start being careful on what we let people say. Because it's only right if you're letting gay people saying, oh, I was born like this. You gotta start letting other people say he was born like this. You gotta start saying, oh, I'm a killer, but I was born like this. I'm a pedophile, I was born like this. No, you born a male or a female, period. End of story. That's what science tells us. That's what it's showing us. And that's what you've known all your life. Until now we got all this new shit.
So why does she do that?
'Cause I love like nail polish.
Oh. So mommy puts you in a dress and puts nail polish on you? And what does mommy tell you?
She tells me I'm a girl.
Oh, okay. Do you think you're a girl?
Uh-huh.
You do?
So his mom
Is that
tells
why you
him
wear
he's a
this,
girl.
so that you can have long hair?
So the kid thinks he's a girl now. That's crazy.
Okay.
Ever taken. And if you go on YouTube, you can find it. Just search for Mommy Says I'm a Girl. It went everywhere. So then we get to trial. The psychology community turned completely against me. All of them lied at trial. So far, I've been able to prove all these psychologists have lied, so all their testimony has been thrown out.
What were they lying about?
Whether my son wants to be a girl or a boy. In the initial psychological investigation, they tried to cover for my wife by saying she wasn't trying to transition my son. And on that basis, that I had made a false accusation that she was trying to transition him, gave me less than standard possession time with my son. So then we go to another.
So listen, what this man just said is he lost his rights to his kids because he didn't want his son turned into a female. That's crazy. That makes no sense. And in America, we are losing our goddamn minds.
In 2019, after the school started transitioning my son behind my back, so I'd take my son to school and in boys' clothes, they'd give him a dress, make him use the girls' restroom. And it turns out there's a loophole in all the 50 states around psychology.
That's deep. So he was bringing his son to school dressed as a boy as he should be. The school was going behind this man's back and putting dresses on his son. But it was ruled that He ain't do nothing wrong. That's just crazy to me.
That allows psychologists to not inform parents. Parents actually don't have a legal right to the medical and psychological records of their children. I can explain that later. So they used that law to transition my son without my consent. And I found out about it. I filed grievances with the school district. They said they did not violate my parental rights by transitioning my son without my consent. So we wound up going to...
So the school didn't violate his parental rights, so the school can just decide, yo, little so-and-so is a girl, so we gonna dress him up as a girl. And they can be dressing your child up as a girl all day in school, and then when you come pick your child up, they put your child back in his regular clothes, and you will never know. And that's legal? Wow.
2019 trial in this little courthouse in Dallas, Texas, and the top experts in the world on transgender science from both sides showed up in this courtroom. Only my experts testified because the depositions that I gave the experts on the other side was so devastating they would never put them in front of a Texas jury. I'll give you an example. JOHANNA Olson Kennedy, who runs the largest gender clinic in the United States.
This lady right here, like he just said, she runs the largest transgender treatment center, I guess in his state or in California, because this started in Texas, but you know his wife ran to California because they protect her out there. But like, listen to some of the things this lady says.
I directly asked her, how do you justify cutting healthy body parts off of children? And she said, well, if they're causing psychological distress, they're not healthy body parts, so we cut them off. I asked, how many total mastectomies have you referred out for pubescent girls? And she said over 250.
Well, JOHANNA Olson Kennedy also said that if girls end up wanting to have their breasts back, they can just get fake ones when they grow up.
She did.
So, did you hear what she just said? She said, well, I'm suggesting that they cut their breast off at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of age, that young. And if it was a mistake, they can just get some fake ones. How about you just don't cut them off, and when they get older, if they want to cut them off, they can do that, and they won't have to get no fake ones. Makes a whole lot of sense. Get it together, people.
I first noticed it when she would put him into timeouts and she'd say things like, you know, don't be a boy, the monsters only eat boys, and weird stuff like this. But she testified in court to this. This is what she's testified. I don't believe this answer, but I'm going to tell you what she swore to in front of the judge at the 2019 trial. She said, first, James asked for a girl's meal in a McDonald's Happy Meal, the girl's toy in a McDonald's Happy Meal. Second, a few days later, he asked for a silver purse at Target that had a multicolored unicorn on it. And James is a painter.
So her excuse is her child wanted the girl's toy out the Happy Meal. So, yeah, he gay. Oh my God, he wants the girl toy. Or he wants a colorful purse. Not that he wants the purse. It has a unicorn on it and it's colorful. Yeah, my child, I gotta get rid of his third leg and make sure he be a female. He like purses and crazy, I swear, man.
He's still a painter. And so he wanted this purse. And at that point, she thought he might be a girl. And children will conform themselves to their parents' wishes in all sorts of ways. And my son has told court-appointed psychologists, 4 of them, that the reason that here's the other fact that's really important for you and your audience to know. My son only presents as a girl with his mom. He's never presented as a girl with me or anywhere else at church or anywhere. It's only when he's with his mom that he does this. So he's just told them straight up, Mommy doesn't love me if I'm not a girl. And he's told them that over and over again.
That's crazy.
Told the judge that?
Told the court-appointed psychologist.
What happened?
They all recommended that he be transitioned to a girl. All of them.
Mommy does.
So after he told them he doesn't want to be a girl, they still recommended he should be a transgender, he should transition. I don't even know what world we live in anymore.
Love me if I'm not a girl. This is what he said.
Yes.
That's like that implicates the mother.
I know. What precipitated me losing my sons, all contact with my sons, last year in July, was my son just straight up told his counselor that he doesn't want to be a girl. He's getting embarrassed wearing dresses at school. She didn't even acknowledge that he said it. So he had an Apple Watch and he recorded himself. He said, "I'm going to record telling you this." And
Your son did?
Yes. And she totally freaked out, threw him out of the office, and initiated a CP.
So, the 10-year-old spoke for herself. You know, I got kids, and I know they start speaking for themselves at a young age, and they say what they mean, and they mean what they say. Kids don't have filter. So, because the kid said he doesn't want to wear a dress, it was all blamed on the father, and he lost his custody. Unbelievable. I mean, hey, you know, I believe anything because I'm black and they treat us any type of way, but to hear this story, it was just a crazy story to me. I had to share it with other people.
Investigation against me, and told the court that I had forced him to say that. He did ask me if he could record, and I said, Texas is a one-party recording state, but our family's not sneaky. So if you're going to record people, you should tell them that you're recording them. So just tell her that you're going to record her.
So where is it? Where's the story currently at now? He's your wife, ex-wife, took him to California.
The judge allowed her to move to California. She doesn't have to tell me where my sons are. So all I know is that they're in LA County. The only way for me to see my sons is to arrange for supervised visits in LA County. Okay, and it has to be someone that.
That's crazy. This man can't see his kids because he doesn't want his son to be transitioned into a female. And you got judges and stuff that's okay with that because them judges and stuff is part of that same sick world. It's just that simple.
Acceptable to the court. So the judge will be able to pick who that is. No matter who I pick, they won't let me do it. She doesn't have to tell me any medical procedures that she's doing. She doesn't have to tell me where they go to school. I'm actually prohibited from even knowing those things.
Wow.
Yeah. So I haven't seen him in about a year and 6 months now. Well, remember, the last time I saw him was when he resisted. And they took him away from me permanently and gave me supervised visitation. I get less visitation than convicted pedophiles in Texas.
You know what's crazy, too, though, is early on in this story, I remember reading in the Federalist, there was a woman who was the mom of some friends of your son, who said that when he was over at her house, he wanted to wear boy clothes, and she, gave him boy clothes, and he just wanted to do rough and tumble boy things.
That's his normal state.
And her testimony, she was not allowed to testify to that.
No.
So you just heard her, as we wrap it up, she said, you know, friends of the family wanted to testify that when the kid was around them, he just wanted to be a boy. So what it seems like is the only person he wants to be a girl around is the mother, which she has the infatuation with him being a girl. And it's not in this video, but she dates a transgender. So, you know, this is just my opinion, man. The gay community only grows through gays turning out other gays. There's no such thing as being gay. I mean, being born gay. That's bullshit. That community grows by them adopting kids, and the kids grow up gay. That community grows by them turning out straight people, and that's it. That's just that. And so now it seems that judges and courts and big courts are turning them out young at 3 years old, at 4 years old. The school is in on it. That's a crazy story. But if you're a supporter of the channel, much love and respect. If you're a hater, cut the shit.